Welcome to today's spiritual reflection from Deborah's Tree. Very happy to be together with you this morning. As I often do, I have a candle to focus our meditation and our time together, and this candle actually says on it, light a candle to signify being together. So I'm holding this candle as a symbol of us being together today for a moment, but also for us being together with the divine all the time. So this Sunday is Palm Sunday, which is a joyful time in the Easter story. The story doesn't always come across as joyful, but this is the joyful beginning of Jesus's last week in Jerusalem. And today I want to focus on the word Hosanna. Hosanna is what the crowds were crying out as Jesus entered Jerusalem on a donkey. And it's the only place in the Bible actually that this word is used, Hosanna. So as I researched it a little, to my surprise, I found out that Hosanna doesn't mean praise or worship, which is what I'd previously thought, but it actually means save me. So Palm Sunday is a time of asking the divine to save us from whatever's bothering us in our spiritual growth, whatever's limiting us from being the best human that we can be, whatever it is that we need to be released from. This is a time to ask the divine for that. So as I hold up the flame again, I'm suggesting you take a moment to think about what it is that you want to be saved from, what you want to be released from, as we focus on the flame in meditation. So I invite you to keep in mind what it is that you want to be saved from as you listen to these readings that I have and a Hosanna prayer to conclude. So the first reading is a joyful promise about being released from harm, and it's given through the prophet Zephaniah in the Hebrew Scriptures. Sing, O daughter of Zion, shout aloud, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all your heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord has taken away your punishment and has turned back your enemy. The Lord, the ruler of Israel, is with you. Never again will you fear any harm. And then, later in the Hebrew Scriptures, another joyful prophecy about victory. And this one anticipates the Palm Sunday story given through the prophet Zechariah. This one is definitely familiar. Rejoice greatly, daughter of Zion. Shout, daughter of Jerusalem. Look, your king is coming to you. He is legitimate and victorious, humble and riding on a donkey, on a young donkey, the foal of a female donkey. Much later in the Christian scriptures, the events of Palm Sunday that had been anticipated in the prophets. And so that's recorded here in the Gospel of Matthew. The disciples went and did as Jesus had instructed them. They brought the donkey and the colt, placed their coats on them, and Jesus sat on them. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, while others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowds that went ahead of him and those that followed shouted, Hosanna to the offspring of David. Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. And so, as I said, this is really a cry for salvation, for release. Hosanna, or save us, offspring of David. Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. Salvation in the highest. And the final reading is from the teachings for the Swedenborgian New Church Faith Community, and this comes from Secrets of Heaven. The expression crying out is used in various places in the Word, when confession and acknowledgement that are the product of faith are referred to. So this is like crying out is about confessing or owning up to what it is that is limiting us as a human and acknowledging that we need help with that. And that's a product of faith because we have faith that the Divine One will help us and can help us. So as Jesus entered Jerusalem, the people in the crowd called out, Hosanna, because they were acknowledging Jesus as the Messiah, and they believed that he would be the one that would save them from Roman oppression. For us today, Hosanna is a joyful acknowledgement that the divine can and will and is saving us from whatever is limiting us or bothering us in our spiritual growth. We can be released from that. Hosanna. So today, my prayer for you comes from Andrew Peterson from his Resurrection Letters, Volume 2. So again, I invite you to keep in mind whatever it was that you were focusing on in meditation that you might want to be saved from. As you hear this prayer for you, if you feel like joining in and saying Hosanna at the times when I do, go ahead, that'd be great. Otherwise, just listen. I am tangled up in contradiction. I am strangled by my own two hands. I am hunted by the hounds of addiction. Hosanna. I've lied to everyone who trusts me. I have tried to fall when I could stand. I have only loved the ones who love me. Hosanna, oh, Hosanna. See the long-awaited King come to set his people free. We cry, oh, Hosanna. Come and tear the temple down. Raise it up on holy ground. Hosanna. I've struggled to remove this raiment, tried to hide every shimmering strand. I contend with these ghosts and these hosts of bright angels. Hosanna. I've cursed the person that you have made me. I have nursed the beast that bays for my blood. Oh, I've run from the one who would save me. Save me, oh, Hosanna. You have crushed beneath your heel the vile serpent. You have carried to the grave the black stain. You have torn apart the temple's holy curtain. You have beaten death at death's own game. Hosanna, oh, Hosanna. Hail the long-awaited King, come to set his people free. We cry, oh, Hosanna. Won't you tear this temple down, raise it up on holy ground? Oh, Hosanna. I will lift my voice and sing. You have come and washed me clean. Hosanna.